Good morning, I'm Natasha. Welcome to my channel, Hooks and Stitches. Now, what has happened to the weather? Today, it is just that really fine, awful rain that just gets you soaking wet the minute you step out the door. And it's just been terrible. For the last 2 weeks now, we've had rain of some sort every single day. So again, that isn't the best, but we have to make the most of it, I suppose, because this is what the British summer usually is like. And I think we're moaning about it now more so because last year, in the summer holidays, we were spoilt because it was mostly sunny, and we had quite a good time last year. Today is Sunday, which I normally come to you with a video on a Sunday, don't I? But I was going to do it earlier in the week, and then I just never kind of got round to it. Much the same, I suppose, as the fact that I said I was going to do a little bit of Christmas in July, and I haven't. I just haven't managed to get round to it. But I have got some new things to show you, and I've got an almost completed object, and I've just been doing a little bit of this and that, so I'll show you. And I've also got I pulled back all of the knitting that I did that I showed you from last time, and I've started again, and it's not much better than last time, but I just thought if I keep going just a little bit at a time, then I'll get the bug for it, and then maybe I'll be able to do something with it. I mean, I'm not saying that I'm going to be knitting jumpers or blankets anytime soon, but just because I was intrigued about the fact that my brain actually knew what to do, and even to cast on as well, I knew what to do. I looked it up on a video, and of course, we all kind of do that, don't we? And we kind of just see what we can remember and what we can't, and I just automatically knew how to do it. I didn't have to try, so that was quite good for me too. But I'll get straight into it. First of all, I'll show you. I've only done literally I've done 3 more rows since I showed you this last time. But so it's not really any different. It's just grown a little bit because that was from the last time, and now this is this time. So I've literally only done about an inch or so, but I've done 3 lines. And I've just literally been sitting watching, just mindlessly doing it when I'm watching the telly the other night, and I thought I'll just sit here and do it, and that is coming along really nicely. I like the fact it's really bobbly, and the fact that it's Aran weight yarn from Hobbycraft, the Women's Institute one. It's quite heavy, but it feels really thick as well, and it's really nice. So I will get round to it, and I'm just going to see how many rows I can do with just that solid colour, and then move on to another colour because I have 3 balls. And then if it makes a gigantic blanket, then it's fine because she can just wrap herself up in it later on, and it'll be fine, for a Christmas present or whatever, if I ever get round to it, that is. I do find that I'm very hit and miss with it at the moment. I love to do it in the day when we're not doing much in the house, and we haven't got anywhere to go, and that's when I've decided to make a couple more things that are new. But at least I've managed to sort it out and complete it, which I'll show you in a minute. But my first one that I'm going to show you, I've only got a photograph of it, because I gifted it yesterday because it's my little grandson's birthday today, and we went to see him yesterday because we don't generally do anything much on a Sunday, and it's our day just to kind of relax, and then whatever comes in the week comes in the week. Usually it's work, and you know, we're really tired because I tend to work generally from 7:45 till 6 o'clock if I stay late. So in that sense, you know, not a lot gets done in the weekend, and we just like to kind of melt on a Sunday, if you like. But the first one, which I'll show you a photo of in a minute, comes from this book here, which is the Amigurumi Monsters 2, and I chose to do this little fella here, although it does say that it's a girl, because I think the name of it is Janice the Music Lover. And basically I did my own take on it because I used a multicoloured yarn because I wanted to use up the ball that I had, which I've still got a little bit left, but if I can just hang on, try and squeeze it up. There he is. And I made that for my little grandson, and I finished it yesterday. I didn't think it would take me too long. We were supposed to go in the afternoon to see him, and I still had the arms, legs and the headphones to go, and it literally took me nearly 4 hours to complete, which I was gobsmacked at really, because it was straightforward, and I'm quite a quick crocheter now, and it still seemed to take forever. So that was my first new make and completed make, because I gifted it yesterday, like I said. And my second one, which is a new starter, which is also a finished object, is this little guy, and he is called Dizzy Durkee in the book. And I love this because I made this for the little boy that I look after at school, and it says, Dirk doesn't like to scare people. Unfortunately, most people are not really afraid of his dizzy looks. In an attempt to reinvent his monster career, he has adopted to the stage named Dizzy Durkee, and is now performing on stage in the city theatre. If he can make people smile, then he's happy as well. And I chose him, one, because I just love the look of him, and secondly because everyone, all the children, like to make you smile in the day, and I thought that would be quite an apt thing. And red is the little boy's favourite colour, and here he is. I love his feet. The patterns are so straightforward. I am so in love with the book, and the fact that it and this one, sorry, I didn't say, but this one comes from the Amigurumi Monsters book 1, and the patterns are explained so well, and it's lovely. I mean, I can't really explain a lot about it, except the fact that it does it differently. A lot of patterns in general, whether they're free or not, usually when you're going round in the round, you do one single crochet, and then like you do 2 in the next, and then on the next one you do 2 single, and then you do a double one in the next, and then on the third row it's usually 3, and then 2 in the same one, and so on and so forth. Those of you that make it obviously know all this anyway, but on these ones they stagger it so that you do, say for example, one single crochet and then 2 in the next, and then they tell you to do 5 in the next, if you know, depending on where you are in the pattern, 5 and then 2, and then you repeat that 5 times, or so and so, you know, such and so forth. So it's just really lovely that it still all makes sense, and the numbers are just amazing, and you get the same stitch count all the way along each time, and it's just fabulous. And I can't shout about the patterns enough. I think if I'd done things differently with this one, maybe I wouldn't have. I feel like I've stuffed it too much, even though it's still quite squidgy. I feel like I may have stuffed it too much, mainly because when you start to decrease the holes, I don't know if you can see it. Obviously, I'm critical of my own work. The light's not very good today because of the weather. But like, they get wider and wider, and I don't know whether I should have gone down a hook size when I was decreasing, when the holes were getting slightly bigger, because like you can't see any down here, but just where it stretches to go up, they're just a little bit bigger, and I don't really like that about it. And the fact that the filling pokes through a little bit, but also not poke through, but like it's there from when you're stuffing it, and it's almost just like a sheen, like, I don't know if you can see it very well. Maybe if I take myself out of it, I might focus better. But like, it's only the odd strand, but it does annoy me. I did say to my husband, maybe I should get one of those keyboard cleaners and just go over it to see if it will suck it up. But it's fine, and you know, it doesn't stop me from loving it. Although this bit bugs me, because you just assume that the eyes are going to be here, like you would on any normal face, and then obviously they're up here. And I love the fact that it's got pipe cleaners in, but it asks for 10-inch pipe cleaners, and then you only had to fold them up. So I don't understand that. So I could have just got away with some little ones, because I ordered the wrong size ones, and they were only literally like short, and I said, oh, I didn't realise they were the short ones I needed. I needed 10-inch, so therefore I had to buy 12-inch because they didn't do 10-inch ones. But I've really enjoyed it. I just love the fact that they can move around, and you know, he can look as dizzy as he likes, or otherwise you can pull him down and make him look forward. But it is really lovely. But I didn't manage to finish it by the last day of term. I stayed up late to try and finish it, but it was still not possible to get it done, because I had to have some sleep to be able to manage for the last day. But I love everything about it. He's got a tail, and I love his little massive legs, feet. So that's another finished one. This is my knitting. For if anyone of you knit that actually watch my channel. So I'm getting there, and I know I've dropped a stitch somewhere along the line here, I think it is. But I'm learning, and I'm getting there, and so I'll just keep plodding along, just keeping my hand in. If I don't make anything out of it, then I don't make anything out of it. I'm not fussed, but it's just nice to know that I've still got the ability. So my next finished object is my square of the month from the Repeat Crafter Me animal square, and it's a little piggy. Now that looks a bit skew-whiff on the camera there, but isn't it fabulous? I love it so much. And when it's lying down, when it's straight, it just kind of flops up, but then now that I'm holding it up, it's flopping down. But isn't that lovely? And that will go with the rest of them. I will do another YouTube short to show them all in a row, I think, so that I don't bore everybody, to show you them all again at once. And they've come out roughly the first or second week of the month, so I'm expecting to see the other one next week at the earliest. I think maybe early next week. I don't know, maybe. What are we on now? We're first tomorrow. Yeah, so maybe by the end of the week, I'm hoping that that we'll see the next one. But I love the fact I'm just keeping up with it, because usually I just lose interest. Like I was doing the gnomes and I just lose interest. I've got several gnome patterns which I bought because I loved it at the beginning. But then I just kind of, there's lots of other stuff I want to do, and I suppose it just gets put to the wayside and packed in the back of my brain like it does. But I love doing it, and I love waiting for them to come out, so I am very enthusiastic, and I should be making a Dolly's blanket out of it. The lady, I can't remember her name, from Repeat Crafter Me, she said that to do 2 squares to make them reversible so that you didn't see the things like this, because there's not really, you can't really just when you're tapering in, like on this, you can just pick up the stitches to go round without seeing it on the back. But with the eyes you can't really do that because of it being black, and it just wouldn't look right. So I think what I'm going to do is, when I've measured it out and I've put them all together, I'm just going to single crochet, obviously that's US terms if you don't already know that, but that's what I work in because it's so much easier to work out. I'm going to just single crochet the size that I need and then crochet the back, so it'll make it a bit heavier, of course, but at least all the little bits won't be seen. So I'm going to do that. So that is the square for July. Am I on that now? Hang on, let me just turn around. See my little pile. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let me just go and get them because I can't see from there. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, that's the 7th one. That's July's. Sorry. And whilst I'm here, I might as well show you them now, because whilst I've got them in my hand. But this is the first one for those viewers that are new to my channel and don't know what it's all about. But I will link it in the description box below. This is the polar bear for January. This is the horse, which was February. This one is March, which is a lion. April is the lamb. May was the, oh no, May was the frog. June was the hippo. And July is the piggy. So that's that one. My next thing is my rhino, which my daughter Yasmin called a flea, because it looked like a flea because it didn't have anything else with it. Doesn't much look like a flea now though, does it? I managed to complete it all, except I've got to stitch in a stitch on the legs, and then I've got to put the toes. Oh, the leg's just coming out. I just need to repin it a second. I've got to make the toes. I've done the 4 big ones, and I've just got a few of the little toes to do, because you have to do 8 little toes, and I think I've only done 3 or 4 of them. But the toes I'm not really that bothered about. This is for me. It's not really, you know, it's not going to be gifted, so even if I don't get around to the toes, I'm not fussed, you know. It is what it is, and I'll do it eventually. It's just one of those little jobs when I've got a few minutes. But yeah, so there's my rhino. I love his little mouth. But yeah, so I'm pleased actually. I thought the horns would have been bigger, because but looking by the pattern in the picture they looked bigger. But all in all, I think he is lovely, and I wouldn't change it for the world. So that brings me to what I've been doing. Literally, I think, when did I make a video last? 2 weeks or so ago? I don't know, but so I think I've been really busy in the crochet world, but when it's all laid out on the bed, it doesn't look like I've done a lot. So that's me. My blanket, if you remember, that I'm doing with the deer, and the one that says "A Dream Big, Little One." I've lost interest. I don't understand how I'm going to get back into it, but I'm fed up with doing the little panels. I don't know what's wrong with me, and I don't know how I can get some love for it again. I don't need to necessarily worry about it until the winter, because he won't need to even have it until it gets colder. Although with this rain, you know, today's quite warm, and yesterday was quite warm in a sense where you felt like you were overdressed if you went out with a coat, but you had to go out with a coat because otherwise you get soaking wet, you know, la la la. But I just don't understand how I'm going to actually get back into it again. I need to really focus and find the love for it. And maybe I'll just sit and stare at it for a while. I think maybe if it's right there in front of me, I'll want to redo it again and see if that helps. But do you have any ideas? Does anyone have any tips for wanting to pick up something you haven't picked up for a while and then feel like you really don't want to, as if that makes sense? But I really want to get it finished and done. I've only got a matter of half a dozen panels, and obviously the one where the colour work is to make the actual deer, and then that's it, you know, and then I finished. So I really do want to do it, but it's finding the love. I don't sit on my bed and think, I'm going to get that blanket out now. And I wanted to get, and the other thing is I wanted to get my Christmas blanket out that I was making for my granddaughter, but I can't find it. I don't know what I've even done with it. So that's another reason why I didn't do anything for the Christmas in July, because I just didn't actually get it out. Well, I went to get it out and I couldn't find it. So I'm gonna I need to get that out and find the love for that as well, so that I can do a little bit at a time and get it finished by Christmas. But I'm gonna have to have a forage around, because I've stashed it somewhere and not realised where it is. I think that's what's happened. I've put it in such a good place that I just don't know, you know. But yeah, so I'm rambling now, but that's the things that are on my mind. So if you do have any tips for me how to get back into something that you've not touched for a while and to find the love for it, then let me know in the description box below. And I will take the opportunity now to say thank you to all my new subscribers, because I did have a little burst of new ones, and I think I'm at 151 now, 351 now, sorry. And so I'm really, really grateful that it's actually growing. My target is to get to 500, although that doesn't get me monetized. I would still like to reach 500, because I think that's a lovely number to make as a first target. So share the love and see if there would be anyone else that would be interested in my channel. I know that the lady from Ali from Little Drops of Wonderful, she mentioned me on one of her videos that of all the people that she loves to watch, and I was really impressed the fact that someone actually did mention my channel, and so for me it was just amazing that someone so famous, if you like, that, you know, from someone that I've watched for a very long time, actually mentioned me on their channel. And it's things like that that give you the buzz, because then people that watch them go, oh, I'm going to go and have a look, see what their channel's all about, and that's where the new subscribers come from. So I am really grateful. And this weekend we are going back to Widmouth Bay again, and we're staying in a caravan this time, just for a long weekend. And my girls are taking their friends with them as well, so then it gives us a little bit of peace. They can go off and do all things that they want to do together, and then it gives me a bit of time where I can just chill with my husband. So I'm really looking forward to that too. So I will come to you as soon as I can with another update on what I've been doing, because I've got a little bit of time this week that I can concentrate on stuff. So I'm hoping to do another video before I go away. I might even do one when I'm there, if I've got a bit of peace and quiet. Who knows? I don't know, but I do want to make more regular ones, because I want to fit in more. I started this in November last year, so I'm nearing my first 12 months of doing videos, and I did honestly think that maybe if I'd done them every single week, obviously I would have 52 videos up, and it's all wonderful, but it never works out like that. And the thing that holds me up, and I think, oh, I really want to make a video but I can't, is the speed that it takes to upload a video. And my husband's always moaning because of taking his bandwidth when he's trying to play his game and stuff. So I do find it very difficult to have time to upload them. So even if I made them, I don't want a backlog of them, and because it takes like 3 hours by the time it uploads, and I think that's really terrible. And we still haven't heard from the Wildernet internet, which we're supposed to be getting, that's really supposed to be super fast. I say we haven't heard, I mean, they haven't installed it yet. We contacted them in the week and they said that it would be mid-August now, but they said that about July and it was meant to be May, so I just seem to think that they don't quite know what they're doing, and it's a shame that we have to wait so long. But one day it will come and then I won't need to worry about it, and it will be uploaded within half an hour, I'm hoping. But for it to take 3 hours just for a 20-minute video, I think that's really quite a lot. But still, anyway, I'm going to go, and I'm sorry for the rambling, but I'm always like this, aren't I, when I haven't done a video for so long and I want to fill it up, but I never know what to say, when to say it. I've been talking now for half an hour, so I'm going to go, and I will be back again very soon. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you to all my subscribers that keep coming back, as well as my new ones. Take care, my lovelies. Happy crafting. Bye.